Hola, muy buenas. ¿Qué pasa, campeones? My name is Diego, and as you already know, the D-Spot loyals at least, this is D-Spot reporting today once again, for the fantastic platform, SB Nation's award-winning Barça Blaugranes. We got a good show for you guys today. We're going to talk about everything Barça. Big surprise there? Not really, perhaps. We're going to talk about the Champions League clash, of course, the weekend action as well, what happened in La Liga, what is going on with the team, what's going on with Valverde, Dembele, Coutinho, Yerrimina, etc., etc. We're going to be discussing as well the latest with regards of Neymar and Real Madrid in terms of the link between Neymar and Real Madrid, because something has to be said about it. I can't stand it anymore. And we're going to be taking your questions, of course. Before I continue, make sure you drop your comments in the comment section below, as per usual. As I see Mohammed already saying, hello, Gaudaf is saying, hola, ¿qué pasa, Mohammed? What's going on, Gaudaf? Let me know where you guys are watching from. Mohammed is saying, watching from Pakistan. I missed you, man. Missed you too, buddy. Good to be back on Barça Blaugranes. And keep blowing up, of course, the thumbs up, the likes, whatever it is, whatever your questions might be. Drop it in the comment section below. And let's get kicking. D-Spot it is. I still can't get enough of that intro. In case you're new, of course, to this channel, to this platform, make sure you subscribe to Barça Blaugranes' Facebook page, as well as their Twitter page. We're going to have a quick review of the latest articles as well that are written by our excellent editors. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe to my YouTube channel, D-Spot, as well, for more Barça-related news, content, and everything. I see you guys are feeling good. Nitiya saying, hey, Diego, what's up? Thomas is in the house. Hassan saying, watching from Pakistan as well. And Jimmy's in the house. Without any further ado, let's get right into the mix of things. I wanted to talk about, of course, the weekend action, but in particular, rather than just talking about the draw, okay, Barça drew for a second consecutive time. The first time in 15 months that we were not able to score at the Camp Nou. 0-0 it ended on the night. Our second consecutive draw, as I mentioned, which meant that Atlético de Madrid is now 7 points behind us. If they were 14 points behind us, 15 days ago, now that lead has been cut. If they were 11 points behind us, that lead has now been cut to 7. Yes, I understand. That is a drastic change. However, the freak show, the absolute freak show, the insanity that I saw from people was absurd, okay? Everybody was losing their minds. When I was looking at, what I was seeing on social media, what he was saying, it was like, hold your horses. It's still 7 points. Is it 11? No. Is this something that we need to be worried about? Slightly. However, let's not freak out, peoples. Take a chill pill, just a little bit. Let's have a little bit of trust and patience in Valverde and with this team, as I've been saying for the past 2 weeks or so, ever since Coutinho came into the squad, and we've been having to deal with Dembele being reincorporated into the team after his we can talk about a 5-month injury. Excuse me. Valverde is now in pre-season mode again, okay? Estamos de pre-temporada. I'm not going to tire of saying this. Valverde needs to figure everything out again. If he was the mastermind, the master tactician that he is, dealing with a short squad, an injured squad as well, going from a 4-3-3 to adapting that to a 4-4-2, recuperating Luis Suarez's form, going on a record-breaking streak. Let's give him a little bit of trust and a little bit of time as well to now figure out how to incorporate, cracks mundiales, absolute mega superstars, the likes of Coutinho, or at least, superstar in the making when it comes to Dembele, okay? Tranquilos, ¿vale? Because as I was saying before, people were losing their shit a little bit too much, and it was crazy pills. People were already, talking about Coutinho being useless, Dembele being a waste of money, there being no space, etc. Let's not forget Valverde. When we look at the successful Barça teams of the past years, okay, I'm talking obviously about Guardiola, I'm talking about Luis Enrique, the ones that we won Champions Leagues with. Those were all very specific and short squads that managed to do an entire pre-temporada together, and leading up then to winning the Champions League. And I'm going to focus right now on winning the Champions League because I think most of us consider, or at least I will allow ourselves the luxury to think that La Liga is more or less in the bag. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm not saying that it is one, but we certainly have still a huge advantage when it comes to in La Liga. We are in the Copa del Rey final for a fifth consecutive time, guys. A fifth consecutive time. That's nothing to snub our noses at, okay? That's nothing to scuff at. Those are things that need to be taken into consideration and appreciated as well. But I'm going to focus on the Champions League because I think that is what most of us are really looking at. We want to win that Champions League trophy. Messi wants that trophy. Everybody, all of us want that trophy. Sin menospreciar los demás, without devaluing the other trophies that are La Liga and Copa del Rey, of course. But so back to what I was saying, Guardiola, Luis Enrique squads were very short, and that's an important factor. Okay, Valverde right now has a huge squad. Okay, I think it's something along the lines of 26 players right now. He has a squad of 26 players that is way beyond what Valverde wants to be working with. Something I regurgitate as well. I've been saying this in the past. Valverde is known to have very short squads. His preferred number is to have 22 players. 22! We're room 222! Okay? You guys, those hip-hop fans will know what song that is. But that's the magic number for Valverde, 22. He's got 26 players, meaning he's got an overbooking of 4 players. A lot of those are centrocampistas. A lot of those are midfielders that we definitely want to get rid of, okay? Arda Turan is gone, but look at the way that he is left as well. I mean, his value has been completely plummeted. I mean, he's been basically separated until the value is 0. I think, what did we purchase him for? With something, was it 35, 40 million? We basically didn't manage to use him or incorporate him into our system, and therefore basically just sidelined him until his value was 0. Absolute, horrible management when it comes to player management and the use of a very talented football player. Let's not underestimate. We can argue, we can just sit here and debate about his attitude, yes, but we cannot sit here and debate about his talent. He showed at Atletico de Madrid just what of a quality player he is. So, Denis Suarez, I see real quick while I see you guys' comments. Don't you worry about that. I'm going to get to them. But Mohammed, you're saying Denis Suarez. You mentioned Denis Suarez. You guys know Denis Suarez, one of my weaknesses. I'm not going to say one of my favorite players, but I certainly have a weakness for him. I've always believed in him and his quality, and believed that him and Messi have a very special connection, and good things happen when they connect. I continue to believe that, and it's a shame. It is a shame the way Denis Suarez is now. I don't know what is going on. Why is he not seeing any minutes? Why is Alcácer, of all people, and no disrespect to Alcácer, because Alcácer has a very good goal scoring ratio every match that he starts, but not in the midfield. Why was he starting in the midfield? Those are things that are, that leave me wondering. Andre Gomez as well, Gauraf, I see you mentioning Andre Gomez. Andre Gomez, these past 3 games, he's been bad. Okay, his quality's been bad, but he's been playing up top with the front three. He's playing in a 4-3-3 formation with Andre Gomez at the top. Why not use Denis Suarez? Why not use Denis Suarez neither in the midfield when you're putting a striker in Alcácer in for a midfield? Andre Gomez has been okay in the midfield, in my opinion. Obviously, there's something going on with his attitude, because when we looked at his last couple of matches and the crosses that he's been putting in, those are crosses of a player that, in my opinion, is almost given up. Okay, it's almost given up. Now, why am I saying all this is because right now there's a couple of problems that Valverde is dealing with that worry me. One, that there's an overbooking of players. 2, he has to incorporate, he's in preseason mode. Like I said, he's in pretemporada, he's in preseason mode, has to incorporate Coutinho, Dembele, Yerry Mina, and those things worry me, guys. Those things definitely worry me. You know, we talk about the draws. The draws are not really, the past 2 draws, the 2 ties are not really what worry me. Those are not concerns of me. I know that we will continue to score again. I know that we will find our form again. People talk about Messi and oh my God, Messi's form is dipped, and oh my God, Messi's not scoring anymore. Pump your brakes, guys. Hold your freaking horses, okay? Realize what this team is going through. Realize as well that despite the fact that Valverde now has to figure it all out again, we remain unbeaten. Realize and appreciate that just last week we managed to beat a very, very good Valencia side, a very solid Valencia side, and managed and with that book our tickets to our 5th consecutive Copa del Rey final. I know that nobody here gives a shit about Copa del Rey. I know that nobody cares. I know everybody's like, Copa del Rey means nothing to us. We won Champions League. We won Champions League. Make no mistake, achieving La Liga and winning the Copa del Rey, if we were to win a doblete, I'm not here saying we're sitting here saying we're going to win anything. You know, nothing is guaranteed, of course. But the fact that we are so well positioned to win even a doblete needs to be taken into account. The Champions League is a very flaky competition, guys. A lot of luck depends on winning the Champions League. You know, not the best teams don't necessarily always win the Champions League. The Champions League favors teams that do play defensive football, that do play speculative football. It doesn't prize teams that go out there and play total football with an offensive mind, like Barça. I'm sorry to say, like Barça. Yes, the Champions League, the way that it's structured does not favor a team like Barça. It does favor a team that kind of likes to sit back a little more and speculate. Anyway, man, I needed to get this off my chest because, like I said before, man, this is a work in progress, okay? This is never going to be easy. Rewind 5 months ago and tell me that if I would have told you 5 months ago, Barça is going to be La Liga leaders with 7 points clear over the closest rival, who's going to be Atlético de Madrid, and Real Madrid will be sitting in 4th place. Barça will have gone the entire the season so far at this point undefeated, will have booked the ticket into this another 5th consecutive Copa del Rey final and be facing a Chelsea side that we can beat. Okay, we can definitely beat. Meanwhile, having to manage the injuries of Dembele, having to incorporate Coutinho mid-season, Yerry Mina mid-season, Luis Suarez going through a very, a dry streak in the beginning. A very streaky Luis Suarez in the beginning. He's found his form, thank God. Thanks to Valverde for adapting the system from a 4-3-3 to a 4-4-2. Tell me that you wouldn't have signed that piece of paper and said, I'll take it. Or you would have called me crazy. You would have said that I've been taking crazy pills. So let's pump the brakes a little bit and be a little bit patient, okay? Have some freaking trust. My goodness. I don't understand. I mean, this might be a new generation of culés. I'm not saying that all of you, are like this. Not you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about the other guys, okay? But there's just a lot of, I feel, either culés that are just very demanding, want instant gratification, or have short-term memory loss, etc. But I just can't get on that bandwagon. I can't get on you guys' train. No, I'm not. Well, I trust Valverde in what he does. Do I want this team to continue to flourish and score goals? Yes, but we're gonna lose a match. Newsflash, guys. Newsflash. We're going to lose a match at some point. We haven't yet. With Espanyol aside, in the Copa del Rey, they beat us. But, we haven't lost a match yet. And we're going to lose. I don't even want to see the reactions of a lot of you culés the day we lose a match. We will freak. Okay? You guys will freak. Rewind the tapes. Look at Luis Enrique. Look at Guardiola. Look at back when Cruyff was manager, okay? In those successful seasons when we won Champions League. Look at Frank Rijkaard's season. We lost some matches, guys. It's true. Barça lost some matches. We lost some games, okay? It happens. Oh, my God. Mohammed is saying you're pumped. I am, man. I'm just, I'm speechless, okay? Like, I just don't get a lot of the reactions of a lot of culés nowadays that are just freaking out over 2 draws right now. We dropped some points. It's not normal. The lead that we had, okay? The 11 points over our second most competitive team fighting for La Liga is not normal this way through the season. We're going to lose some points. It happened at the Camp Nou. It happened against a very good, give props as well to Getafe for crying out loud. Getafe played an excellent, they had an excellent game plan. They came out defensively, very organized, with a tip-top goalkeeper who was a shape, who stopped also a lot of potential goals that on any other day could have gone in. Yerry Mina almost with the game winner. Luis Suarez called offside, correctly so, but that would have been a nice little sweet goal if it hadn't been for those 5 centimeters that he was offside. Jesus. Anyways, man, I'm sorry. You're all right, Mohammed. I'm a little bit pumped. Let me try to take some of your questions here midway through the session. Mohammed is saying why we are not giving Coutinho a full match in the league. We are in a good position at the table, and why Semedo is not playing. Why the hell did we buy him? Mohammed is like, why the hell? Okay, Semedo, good question. Right now I don't have a good answer for you. I want to see Semedo flourish and blossom on that right flank. There's absolutely no doubt about it in my mind that is where his future is. Why? I don't know. I've tried to come up with my own theories, talking about keeping his games at a minimum so far. Right now, kind of the same thing as Denis Suarez, which are still potential. The fact that we, according to every 10 matches, we need to pay a ridiculous amount to Benfica and Man City respectively, in Yerry and Semedo's and Denis Suarez's cases, I think is still a factor. Okay, maybe their attitude has also changed over the time. Valverde, if anybody can judge, it's him. Sees that they are not fully engaged, fully committed. I don't know what it is, but maybe those are some factors. Who knows? Coutinho full matches, I agree. I think that Coutinho and Dembele should start getting full matches. I don't want Valverde to be overprotective in Dembele's case. It is also true, yes, that Dembele played a little bit scared. He played a little bit frightened, and you don't want to see that, right? You don't want to see that. You don't want to see him be overly precautious and nervous. He was slipping over the ball every time. I was like, oh shit, careful, don't injure yourself again. And I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. So I do hope that Valverde manages their nervous levels, etc., in the right way, and gives them continuation, gives them full minutes from the get-go. Tomas Grisel saying, are you from Barcelona? Yes, I am, my friend. I'm
half Catalan, Spanish, and half Dutch from Holland. And I live here in Barcelona. So check me out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/dspot, where you can see a lot more content from me outside of the Camp Nou usually. Will Nitiya saying, will Atletico lose against Bilbao this Sunday? Who's to say, my friend? Who's to say? Who knows? Who knows? Right now, I don't know, but I'm not in a position to judge right now. Atletico. I wanna just share with you a couple of more things. So let me just share my screen real quick, because there's a couple of things here that I caught my attention and that I needed to mention, that I wanted to bring to your attention, and that is this whole, mira, un rayo contra Neymar. Bueno, Nachito, in Nacho's case, yes, but this whole Neymar to Madrid thing, okay? It's got me absolutely spewing my guts out. There's not a day that goes by where we don't see somebody, whether it's a Madridista, whether it's Sergio Ramos, whether it's, here it's Guti, me gustaría ver a Neymar en Madrid, Guti, of course, ex-Madridista. I'm so fed up with it, man. Just go already. I mean, the way Madrid is like flirting with Neymar,
I need the, show me the, throw me the, this for the, the love booties matter. Where is the, I want the, I need the, show me the, throw me the, this for the, the love booties. I need the, show me the, throw me the, this for the, the love booties matter. Where is the, I want the, I need the, show me the, throw me the, this for the, the love booties matter. Where is the...
He's at PSG, and the reason he went to PSG, and this is what I really wanted to bring up, is let's listen to Julio Batista. Of course, Brazilian legend, I don't know about a legend, ex-Brazilian, ex-Madridista football player, talking about why he went to Madrid. Okay, after the ad, hold on. But basically, why am I bringing this up is because you'll see that right ahead of this, the match is when obviously the Madrid press is doing what they have to do, right? They are making Barça nervous when it comes to Leo Messi's number. Here, we just have a look at what they're saying over here, us making a comparison between Messi and Cristiano, saying that they're both actually almost just as bad, trying to justify Ronaldo's form, saying that they're both not even remotely close to winning the Bota de Oro. Actually, Rajoy coming out saying that, no, you know what? I wouldn't like to see Neymar dressed in white. All right, there. Some points scored for, strangely, surprisingly so, for Rajoy. But... here as well, we see Marca saying Neymar mejor que Messi. Neymar is better than Messi. I mean, what's up with that? What's up with that, Marca? We all know your schedule. Here we go. All right. Let's have a listen to Julio Batista. So, quick recap. So, what Julio Batista is saying here is saying that Neymar decided to leave Barça because he knew that being at Barça, he wouldn't manage to keep to become the best player in the world with Messi being there. Okay, so continue. So it would be difficult for him to win the Ballon d'Oro, being next to Messi, and him being in another team will give him more strength to win a potential Ballon d'Oro. So bam, he's saying. I see Mohammed saying, "That's okay. I'm translating it for you. As long as you hear me, that's all that's important." So him saying that basically Messi or Neymar had to leave Barca in order to become the best in the world because he couldn't compete with Messi, and Neymar was obsessed or was worried or wanted to. Basically, his goal is to win a Balón de Oro, and he felt that doing that, the best way to doing that was being in a new team, the likes of PSG. So Neymar is an individual glory hunter. He doesn't care about the collective achievements. Wants to win individual achievements. Balón de Oro is a prime goal of Neymar, and that's the reason why he left Barça. Thank you, Julio Batista, for telling the truth, not what Neymar himself is saying. We all know, the kashish has a little something to do with it too. However, what do I take away from this is that exactly what Julio Batista is saying. Neymar, the reason he left is because he can't compete with Messi, who's the best in the world. In order for him to prove that he's the best in the world, he had to, in order to basically leave his shadow. I find that very sad, particularly so because Messi had reportedly said that I will allow you or I will help you to win a Balón de Oro if you stay with us. And but anyways, that's all old news, guys. I mean, I think that we are better off right now without Neymar at this point, particularly looking at, the person Neymar, the recent displays that he's been showing, partying for weeks on end, not participating in matches, the fact that he went to the 5th best league in Europe as well after the Spanish, English, Italian, German, maybe Ligue 1 is the 5th, I guess. I mean, that just says mountains of the guy, right? Let's quickly do a rapid fire just on the Barça Blaugranes Twitter page. This one me llamó la atención. This one was a standout for me. Justin Kluivert talks about a possibility of a move to Barça. Kluivert, of course, for those newer culés of you that don't know, Patrick Kluivert, the Dutch international and ex-Barça player. This article written by our site manager, Jill Clark. The Barça legend has 2 sons, one that is already playing with the Barça youth teams, and Justin is lighting it up over in the Eredivisie in Holland. He said, if you get a nice offer, you never know. England appeals to me. Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Man U are nice clubs where I can see myself playing in a few years. Everywhere I go abroad, they know my father. He often asks, come to Barcelona. I'll give a tour of the Camp Nou. I really wanted to go to Barcelona instead of Real Madrid. Barcelona is in my heart, but who am I to say no to Real Madrid? Very honest and respectable words there by Justin. Let's see. I mean, he still has a lot to prove. He definitely shows a lot of skill. He shows that he is has some of the traits that his father had. I definitely wouldn't put him at his dad's level at this point, but he look, if he continues to work hard and puts his mind to it, who is to say that he couldn't reach the level of his dad? Although, I mean, that's saying a lot. I think even reaching half of Patrick Kluivert's level would already be a wonderful task for him. So let's see. He's definitely showed some highlights. If you check him out on YouTube, he's got some great highlight reels. And let's see. I know that Mourinho is chasing him as well. Apparently, Mourinho has him on his WhatsApp, and after any good game, Mourinho is very good at building close player relationships. So we'll see. Let's keep that on our radar, guys. Yerry Mina handled his Barça debut very well. This article written by our Luis Mazariegos, based over in the US, and I have to say, Yerry Mina, if there's something positive and optimistic that we can take out of last weekend's match, it was definitely Yerry Mina's performance, as well as Digne. I thought Lucas Digne played a good improvised central defender position, but Yerry Mina certainly looked very exciting. I would love to click the play button, but I got slapped with a copyright violation over the week or last week when I did so. So I'm afraid you'll just have to visit this article yourself. Just go over to our Twitter handle over here at I was gonna say at this is D Spot, but that is mine, of course. Go over here to your at Blaugranas Barça and give us a follow if you haven't already. and read all of the excellent articles, of course, that are... look, just a new tweet came in that our editors writes, Eddie Hazard sends Barcelona a warning ahead of this Champions League clash. Oh, what's up, Eddie Hazard? What you saying, boy? Gotta check this out. Come on. Article written by our very own Jill Clark again. Eddie Hazard is talking the schmackety. What you saying? What's he saying? What did he say? Oh. Eddie Hazard's last 8 shots on target. Goal versus West Brom. Goal versus West Brom. Goal versus Watford. 2 goals against Brighton and a goal against Arsenal. So I guess what Sky Sports is saying is that the Belgian international is in good form. Well, I would expect and want nothing else. I want the best Chelsea to face us and us to knock their asses out. How's about that? Like I said, subscribe to our Twitter handle over there. Omar, good to see you. Omar saying Neymar is irrelevant now that Barça has a perspective, assuming that there's no pending litigation between the two. Diego, why has the Dutch talent flow into the La Masia? First team dried up in the past decade. Well, I mean, Dutch football itself has dried out, of course, which is another thing that drives me absolutely insane. Makes me want to. It's a damn shame what happened to Dutch football. And in terms of Neymar being irrelevant, I absolutely agree with you. Guys, I see Mohammed saying, give your predictions on PSG and Real Madrid. All right. By that, I'm assuming that you mean Real Madrid against PSG, this upcoming game. I'm going to go with a Real Madrid 1, PSG 2. A 2-1 win for PSG on Wednesday. That is my prediction. All right, guys, listen. That's all from me. Like I said before in the beginning of the stream, subscribe to this page and share this Barça Blaugranas page with your fans, with your friends and family if you haven't already. While you're at it as well, why don't you click the follow and subscribe button over at This Is D-Spot and on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/D-Spot as well. Make sure you click that notifications button so you don't miss when I go live. I'm going to go live on Thursday with Noel, a huge Barça influencer on Twitter, a Dutchie like myself. He's now based in Valencia learning Spanish, but he's got a very good blog, Barça blog. He's joining me on the live stream on my YouTube channel at D-Spot on Thursday. We're going to be discussing, of course, Real Madrid, PSG, and all of the latest. I want to know more about Justin Kluivert and more about the why. I mean, Omar, you asked me about why the Dutch talent hasn't flown into La Masia. That's what I want to talk to him about. So yeah, come on over. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And that is it for me, for D-Spot, for Barça Blaugranes. I wish you guys a very good afternoon. Visca el Barça, and hasta la próxima. Ciao, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show too. Like you said, lots of new... I'm getting a good understanding of the software, and yeah, I hope you guys will are enjoying these new features. Cheers, guys.